How to reduce employee turnover and increase employee retention. Before you assume retention is an HR issue, listen to this. I've seen companies increase retention without increasing salaries. This is the retention pattern that I see across companies over and over again. By the end of this video, you will know the key operational strategies that increase retention, improve employee confidence, and reduce costly turnover. If you want your employees to stay, you want to retain your employees, you want to decrease turnover, increase retention, it starts with a fundamental, which is a great culture. But a great culture is not enough. The culture has to be enforced, not in a bad way, not like you have to be like now the police, but it has to be used, it has to be utilized, it has to be applied. And that is a key component that I see over and over. Yeah, we have our core values and we have our vision and this is how we want to behave, but it's not documented, it's not spread, it's not implemented. So then it becomes something that is very nice, but it's not really put into use. So therefore, the actual culture, what is actually happening, is not necessarily what is envisioned. So in order for you to retain your employees, you have to make sure that you have well-documented processes, procedures, and policies that include how do you do business? How do you treat your employees? What does it really mean to have those core values? How do they manifest themselves in terms of hiring, in terms of treating your employees, in terms of interaction with your customers? What is expected from the employees? That's a big one. If this is missed, you are going to have turnover because people are not going to be able to figure out what is expected of them or how to behave in different situations. And they might do something that is not agreeable or that is not part of what is needed. And then someone will let them know that, but they will go, well, I didn't know that. So nobody's telling me what to do here. And I think what I did was right, but it actually turns out that it's wrong and I don't really know what to do. So I'm leaving. That will be one scenario of why people leave. So you got to have clear expectations. You got to have very good documentation of your processes and procedures so people will be able to refer to them. So it's not just enough to have them documented. They have to be documented in such a way that everyone will understand, but also that they are published in a central location, in a location that everyone has access to those procedures that they need to have access to, that there is a single source of truth where people are actually learning what is expected of them. And once you have that, you've got to make sure that those processes and procedures are implemented, are utilized, are used by everyone. And that starts with a really good onboarding system. And if you're wondering how to do that, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I have several videos about onboarding and how to successfully onboard a new employee. So it's great onboarding, great training. You got to train your people on what they need to be doing. Because if they do that, they're going to gain the confidence that they can deliver what is expected of them, and they will do it, assuming you hired correctly the right people. But you can hire the right people and don't train them, don't onboard them correctly, make them feel like they're not really welcomed, they're not really part of the group, and they will leave. They will go to an organization that is actually doing it. So if you are feeling that you can't retain your employees, there is high turnover, make sure that you take a look at what do you have in your company. Do you have that great culture? Do you have that culture documented and known by everyone? Do you have an accountability system in order to execute on that culture, in order to make sure that it's being followed? Do you have an onboarding system that you are proud of, that you know that if someone arrives at your company, they will say, wow, I've never been onboarded like that. I completely understand what I need to be doing and I'm excited about doing what I need to be doing. That is the attitude that you want. You want people to be excited to produce and do what they need to be doing. But if you are not giving them those tools, they're not going to get there. So therefore, it's very important to have all of that in place. In my next video, I'm going to show you how to document those processes and procedures in such a way that they are easy to follow and they will be followed by everyone in your company. So make sure to watch my next video and also to subscribe to my channel.